Hello, friends. Little time for 1510, so here we go. E4. Gonna play a Sicilian. Oh, okay. B3. Let's go with E6. Maybe I need to stop and think for a minute now, because just playing these moves seems like development. Um, Development or A6 to keep the knight out. Let's go with A6. Okay. Gonna open it up, and I'm naturally gonna take and get our knight developed. Okay. We're both playing quite quickly, so let's slow down and think for a minute. Kind of feels like my opponent's development has him thinking about queenside castling, which I'm okay with. I have an open or semi-open C file to work with. I would just push B5, bishop B7, and rook C8, which is normally my plan anyway. I like these Paulson structures, Paulson and Taimanov structures. So now he's taken, and I'm going to take back towards the center and strengthen my pawn structure a bit. So the bishop development. Maybe he does want to castle kingside. So I'm tempted to play this move h5, supporting the knight. He's going to have bishops looking kingside. Maybe I should go ahead and get my bishop developed. Let's do that before I commit, and let's see if he does. If he does castle kingside, I don't want to push h5 just yet because he's not castled. He could always decide to go queenside. But I'm going to leave this idea available just in case he does. I'll get my bishop out. Okay, so he's retaining the option. We're going queenside, pushing this pawn. Why do I go bishop to d6? He castles queenside. Bishop f4, check. King runs to the corner. Sort of want to push a5, threaten this, and open up the A and B files, discourage him from castling queenside. But if I do, he can push e5 immediately, and I'm forced to retreat the knight or come to the middle. Coming to the middle opens my C file back up, so that's not too scary. I'm gonna go A5. Maybe some ideas of redeploying the bishop over here. Okay. All right, so bishop B4, A3. I don't really want to take. I'm also not incredibly keen on castling kingside with this armada. Is A3 a weakening move? Is it worth provoking? Not really, because then he just is preparing this if I ever push this. I think maybe just bishop E7 is the prudent move. And think about castling to get the other rook over to the B file. I think that's the prudent move. These H5 ideas are gone as he castles queenside. And I don't want to expose my king like that. All right, so now I've got a fairly strong center, a half open C file. The dark square bishop's blunted. Got to worry about the light square bishop combining on H7. But I think this is pretty comfortable. I think I might be threatening A5, A4, A4 immediately. I'm okay with A4 maybe right now. Is he threatening to push this? Maybe. I am going to take. He takes with the C pawn, and now there's an open C file. Looks awful dangerous, particularly for white. Um, he wants to bring the rook back to chase my queen and control the C file, but I'm more interested in A and B right now, I think. Um, Queen here might provoke A4, but it could also just mean a bishop movement to protect it. That might let me get my bishop into A3 to guard the C1 square. And what does he do? What does he do against that? He pushes the pawn, and the b pawn is now weak. But he can't push the pawn just once. He'd have to push it twice because bishop will just snap that off the board, and then the b pawn will be weak. And he's gonna give me the pawn. He's gonna give me the pawn. Okay, I'll take it. Now this pawn's gonna fall. He can't save it because I'm gonna bring a rook over. And that spells doom. Um, he's got to go king c1, and then I get the pawn. Well, okay, now I'm going to get the bishop. Rook c8, bishop can't block because it's pinned. This bishop can block here, but I pick it up. Okay, he can run towards the middle. That he can do. But this is disastrous for white. I think white just fell asleep at the wheel here, and um, he goes to a dark square. I'm getting checks in, activating my dark square bishop. He blocks, I take. There's just no other option. You can go to a dark square. That's another option. You can resign. There's a 19 move miniature for you. I don't know if that qualifies as a miniature, but um, White just fell asleep at the wheel there and gave me the game with a single blunder, I think. I played 92%, 92.8% accuracy. Played like a 2350, and my opponent played like a 1500. One blunder kind of decided the game, I think. And that blunder, see where that is. It's move 17, bishop b5. Oh yeah, bishop b5, allowing me to take the pawn. That was just unnecessary. So this Paulson line is book against this Sicilian, against this setup for white. A6 was the best line, breaking open the center. We're still playing basically book. Didn't like me taking with the pawn. It wants me to take with the middle pawn. It wants me to take with the D pawn. And I don't remember why that is. I'm gonna have to look at that line a little bit. I know that there are lines in the Paulson that taking with the D pawn is correct. But here it just feels like a strong center, and black's doing fine. So I'll have to look into that a little bit. The bishop move was not ideal. Mistake to push a5. Given white an edge here, 1.4. But I like the idea of discouraging him from castling queenside because I mean, gains more space. I guess it denies the queen this square. That's worth considering. But he didn't have to castle queenside. He could have gone kingside, and then this move is just, I don't know, maybe a waste. Could be. But he castled queenside, which it calls the best move. That's interesting. Castling queenside is the best move. It wanted me to push the pawn here. I did consider that move briefly, just in a microsecond to prevent the d pawn from coming forward. But I didn't feel like the d pawn push was that big of a threat because I just get to, trade in the center, have a strong center, and open the c file if he wants to take that, which is what happened in the game. and he shouldn't have taken. He should have pushed a4 to keep my pawn from marching forward. He still should have pushed a4. And this was a mistake, which gives me back the edge, half a pawn edge. And this is a great move, just breaking through on the queen side, giving my rook more scope. Didn't want me to take, it wanted me to develop the bishop. But I don't think it was a terrible move. Bar says it's equal still. And this move just blundered the pawn. I don't know what he thought he was doing there. Why this move? This move has no purpose, and it instantly gives me a 5.7 advantage. I'm surprised there's not forced mate here, to be honest. Maybe he just forgot about this pawn. He forgot about the existence of this pawn and thought he was piling up on d7. Which still, even if this pawn is gone, I'm still getting in the check. King still has to run. I'm still continuing the attack. So I think he just, I don't know, he got confused here and allowed me to just overwhelm him. And he resigns here because Maiden 2 is coming. All right, I hope you enjoyed that quick game. Was fun to play. Come back and enjoy some more chess.